Hello, this is Janae, and today I'm going to share with you how to set up a GH57. Okay, so first of all, you'll have to download GH57 and firmware updaters from MMP official website. Okay, before that, we need to plug in a mini USB. Okay, and now let's click on this icon and then select yes. Okay, and make sure that the light turns green. Okay, and then we have to make sure that we're going to update the version to v1.1.0 and then update. And now we have to wait. Okay, now we succeed, right? We turn it off. Okay? And now, we're going to move it back to the helicopter. Oops. Okay, so first, take a look at this page, this side, I'm sorry. Okay, you can see that there's circle 1, 2, 3, okay? And now, we just have to take a look at linkage number 1. Okay, this is linkage number 1, right? And then here comes the circle. Try to get the cable from it. Okay, and then we're sure that this is number 1. Okay, something you need to be very careful with is that the black cable should go up. Okay, so this is circle number 1 down here, and the black cable goes up. Okay, and then plug it in. Okay, take a look at linkage number 2, and it's this one, linkage number 2. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Plug it in. And we're going to do the same thing for number 3. And this is number 3. Okay. Oops. Something wrong with it. Okay, and next one, we're going to take a look at this one. Okay, this is number 4. And then it goes to hole number 4. Okay, now for number 5, this is the cable that's stretched from ESC. Okay, and then it goes to number 5 down here. Okay, the last one comes down from here. This is very special because this one goes down here. Okay, and don't forget that the black cable goes outwards. Okay, plug it in. Okay, and don't forget that it's very important that you need to unplug 2 of the 3 cables here. Okay, for safety. After that, put them together. Okay, and then plug in our mini USB line. Okay, the most important thing is that we need to turn on our remote controller. Okay, don't forget to power it. Great, and then we're going to move to our next step, which is GH57. Okay, let's click it. Okay, we'll have to wait. Now let's do the setup together. Okay, now for instructions, my recommendation is that let's do the reset first because we can have the new, we can wash away the old information. Once you finish your setting, you may save your file. For a load file is that once you have all your information and then you're going to change a new helicopter, you can still have your old information. So it's kind of convenient. Okay, and now let's move on to the next one, which is receiver. I'm using the top box, so I'm choosing S-Bus. Of course, if you're using different brands, you can choose different receivers. And then that'll lead us to the next one. Okay, and now we're on the page of radio channel. There's something that you really need to pay attention to. Your aileron, elevator, and pitch. First of all, you can make sure that their direction goes to the way as your joystick. For example, I'm going this way. Great, it is following us. Excellent. Another thing is that you make sure that it's percentage. If it's not 100, you need to adjust your endpoint because this is very important. Another thing is that right here in the middle, there's a percentage, right? And then it all goes back to 0. Now, let's take a look at the elevator. Okay, great. It is following us. And it goes back to 0 and 100 minus 100. Next one, it's peach. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, goes up here, goes down here, and goes back to 100. Oh, sorry, goes back to 0. Is it? Okay, great. Now, let's take a look at this part called water. Actually, the point of this one is the same, that we have to make sure that the direction is following us. Another thing that is actually quite important is that it's percentage. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be 100. It all depends on the period speed, like what kind of speed you want, and then you go to adjust your endpoint. Okay? And next, we're going to the next. Okay, and now we're on the page of swatch plate. First of all, this is very important, everybody. You need to make sure that which model do you have. Okay, for example, take a look at mine. Mine is an HR320. So okay, you need to make sure yours, okay? Probably you're 120, probably you're 140. So don't get confused, okay? And don't make a mistake. So mine is 120 and it goes HR3. So, okay, I'm choosing this one. Okay, for this picture, just have to make sure that is it going with my joystick? So now let's check, okay? It's very easy. First of all, just have to move your joystick. Okay, something's wrong here because they're not moving together. Okay, so now my joystick, I pulled up my joystick. So it should be that every linkage should go up. But linkage 1 and 2, they're not, right? So now we need to go back to this page. We need to adjust. We need to make it the other one reverse. Okay, reverse. Good. Now let's check it again. Are they going well? Very good. They all go together. This is exactly what I want. Okay, and so we're finished with this step, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, now we're on the page of swatch plate tunes, right? So the most important thing of this page is that we need to make sure that this part is parallel with the body. Okay, we're talking about this part is parallel with the body. Let's take a look with our eyes, and yeah, it is parallel, right? So let's move it to this side. We need to make sure that this part is parallel with the motor, is it? Let's see. Well, not exactly. Let's do some little adjustment. Okay? So let's move linkage number 3 a little bit, make it a bit taller. Okay, so apparently I made it too tall, so I need to lower it down. Okay, so now it is the perfect. It is the perfect height right now. Okay, actually this is very important because if you didn't do it right while you're doing the period 8, it wobbles, okay? Of course, if you want to make it like very precisely, you still have a tool called swatch plate gauge. It can help you to do like correct measurement. But if you don't want to do that, of course you can simply go back to this page and then just do some adjustment. Another thing is that now we need to take a look at this one. This is called collective. Try to make it back to 0. Okay. Okay. And what are these two things for? Let's take a look at it. So, do you see how it works? Okay. And the other one? Let's see, wait, move it back to 0. And now let's take a look at the other one. Okay. So, oops. Okay, so this is how it works, okay? And now this is not the least, okay? We still have another thing to do here. Please take out this little tool and then turn it on. Okay, now let's put it on the motor. It's very important that we need to make it back to 0, okay? Because this is the basis. Okay, press 0. Oops, I made it. Okay, sorry, I'll just leave it there. No, this is what we want, so let's try again. Leave it there. Okay, actually, point 1 is totally acceptable, okay? Now, let's put it back to the ruler. Okay, now this is very important. We need to make sure that the blade is 100% parallel with the body. This is very, very important. So let's check, is it? Yes, it is. Okay, now put the tool on the blade and then still make sure that it goes straight. Okay, now let's take a look at number. It is not 0.0 and it's not 0.1 at all, right? So what do we do now? We usually go back to this page and then we adjust collective. Let's see. Okay, the number is decreasing, right? Very good. So we're trying to make it down to 0. Is it? Okay. Okay, actually, 0.0 is acceptable because it's really close to 0. Okay, so this is what we should do when we're here. And now we're going to the next. Here comes our next page. First of all, you need to pull up your joystick so that you can work on the upper side. Okay, now take a look at this part. What is so important about this part is I still need this tool. Okay, so let's take a look at number here. Actually, this is a very good number. We're looking for 13. But if you want to be precise, we can adjust it. Okay, a bit too much. However, it doesn't have to be 13, okay? It depends on users, like what kind of number do you like or do you want? But for me, I like 13 because it's actually better. Now, let's take a look at these two things. So how does it work? Okay, apparently you can see that, okay, it is adjusting its weight, its shape, its size, okay? Okay, move it to 0, and the other one. Okay, you can see how it works, right? So now, after finishing adjusting the upper side, sorry, I'm making that to 0. Okay, after finishing the opposite collective pitch, we're moving down to -1. So it's actually very easy. We're just going to pull it down. Okay, still the same. We're going to take a look at number. It's -13.5. I want to be precise, so I decided to make it 13. Is it working? No. Worse. The other side. Okay, great. It's getting really, really close. Okay, acceptable. Now, the other thing is that we're going to this part and then we're going to collect on 0 degree pitch. Okay, it should be 0. Excellent, it is 0. What if it's not? If it is not 0, everybody, we'll have to go to the previous page. Okay, now go back to the previous page. And then, do you see this collective part? We'll just have to adjust it. Okay, let's try. See? See how it changes right now? So, we'll just have to make it back to 0. Make it back to 0. Okay, very good. Okay, once we finish adjusting this part, we go back to our original page. Okay, now, excellent. It's very close to 0. Now, another thing is that we have to try 8 degree pitch. Okay, actually it is a bit off, right? It's not that precise. So, for 8 degree pitch, we just go up here and then we're going to move this bar. Okay? So, we're going to try to make it 8. Is it? Excellent. A little bit off. Okay, great. So this is the perfect number. So that means we're finished with this page. And that we can now move on to the next page, everybody. For this page, well, this tool is not necessary, so we're going to take it away. Don't forget to turn it off, okay? And then since we're talking about tails, I decided to move my helicopter. So okay, so that you guys can see it very, very clearly. Okay. Now let's take a look at the type. Okay, make sure that what kind of type you have. For mine, I have a normal one, so I choose normal. If you have a narrow band one, then please choose this one, okay? Now, let's take a look at direction. First of all, let's move our joystick. For example, I move my joystick to the right, okay, and it goes to right? So that means mine is a normal one, so I choose normal. However, if yours is the other way around. For example, if you try to move your joystick to the right and then it goes to left, that means yours is a reverse one. Then you choose reverse. Okay, so different people have different directions. Now let's go down to the rudder travel. Okay, now for this part, okay, slightly move your joystick to this one. So now, do you see the sound? You need to adjust it, okay? Okay, the other way around. Okay, so now the sound stopped, that means it is correct. Then let's move to the other part. Do you hear the sound as well? So hurry up, we need to make the sound disappear. Oh no, it's not disappearing. What's going on here? Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, great. Okay, and then now let's take a look at this one. Okay, now, so what does it mean? Actually, it means that when your tail, when they get close together, okay, let's take a look at this, for example. If your tail close together, okay, and then you can put your finger right in the middle, then that means it is actually pretty normal, then this is acceptable, okay? So this is what it means when you choose a neutral position. Okay, and we're finished with this page, and then we're moving on to the next one, everybody. And now we're on the page of direction. First of all, you make sure that how does your helicopter fly. So take a look at mine. Okay, mine goes clockwise, so I will choose this one, clockwise. Another thing that you pay attention here is that how are you going to put your gyro? Okay, so take me as an example. I would like to do it this way. Okay, so I choose this item, and then I'm going to stick my gyro just like what you choose. Okay, so you're going to stick it here, and then we're done with this page, everybody. And then we're moving on to the next one, which is also the end one. Okay, now we're here. We're going to do the testing. If our testing succeeds, that means what we did was correct. But if our testing failed, that means there might be some problem while we're doing the adjustment. Usually there are only 3 problems. The first one would be, we choose the wrong swash plate type. And the second one would be, you choose the wrong gyro mount direction. And the third one would be the wrong sequence in circle connection. Okay, that will lead to the failure in testing. So now, let's do the testing together. So first of all, we need to unplug this USB cable, and then we're going to have it with us. Okay, so now, there are usually different directions. So first of all, okay, so this is the first one. Okay. And the second one. Okay. And the third one goes to the tail. Okay, so let's pay attention to it. Okay. Okay, do you see it clearly? So this is how we do the testing. Okay, and that's all for today. Thank you, everybody.